mischievous gaze had darkened. He raked an anxious hand through his jagged black hair as he stalked down the aisle toward the exit. Nate, the last of my alphas, stood back to let Kylie and me go ahead of him. He rested his strong hand on my shoulder. Tall and brawny as the grizzly bear he could shift into, he'd always had my back. But he was a total softy when we weren't under threat. The early morning breeze rushed over me as we clattered down the steps. It was cool and thick with the smell of pines. A high stone wall bordered the runway. I headed in the other direction along a winding path through the trees and discovered a house that matched the wall at the other end. To call it a house was really underselling it. Kylie sucked in an odd breath when she saw it. The place was a mansion, no doubt about it. 3 expansive floors encased in solid stone blocks with an arch of dark hardwood over the heavy door. Several of West's kin had come out to meet us. If we'd been making our expected visit a day or 2 from now, there might have been a crowd. As it was, I couldn't help feeling grateful to see so few faces beaming at me in greeting. The canine shifters had always been welcoming to me, overwhelmingly so sometimes. But danger seemed to chase me wherever I went. I'd rather have fewer kin in the crossfire. "Dragon shifter?" they murmured first, with respectful bobs of their heads. The one who held himself with the most authority, one of West's lieutenants, I guessed, turned to his alpha. 3 feline kin arrived a couple hours ago. We offered them guest rooms, and the one who was wounded has been seen to. Marco stepped up beside West. "Is she all right?" The lieutenant, a coyote shifter by his scent, nodded quickly. "Her injuries were serious, but not fatal. She's sleeping now." "And there's been no sign of vampires in this area? No word from any of the villages closer to New York City?" West asked. "The settlement by the edge of New York City," the coyote shifter said with a grimace. "We got word that they'd scented vampires in the area not long after I last spoke with you. Then we lost contact. I sent a few of our people out there to check firsthand." West's jaw set. "You let me know as soon as you hear back." One of the other canine kin, a fennec fox shifter with a narrow face and a shock of tawny hair, had zeroed his attention in on Kylie. "What's a human doing here?" he said in a needling voice. I bristled. "She's my friend. Anywhere I go, she's welcome." The fox shifter cocked his head. "I'm just saying, it seems like we've got major shifter business to take care of here, and I don't see—" "Felix!" West snapped. He pushed in front of us to glower at his underling, who stood a good half a foot shorter than the wolf shifter's lanky frame. West's teeth bared slightly. "As should be obvious, she's here with my permission." The fox shifter's body had gone rigid. "Yes, sir, of course. I wasn't thinking." He raised his chin high enough to show the pale length of his neck. I hadn't seen the gesture before, but there was something clearly apologetic about it. Aaron had come up beside me. He leaned over to murmur in my ear. "Among canine shifters, exposing the throat is their most overt sign of submission." West had already relaxed at the posturing. "All right," he said in his usual gruff voice. "Maybe try to do a little more thinking before you start shooting your mouth off next time. We do have a lot of important business to see to."
"And you'd better believe I'm going to help with that business," Kylie piped up. "Just wait. In a few days you'll be wondering why you don't have humans like me around all the time."
Felix raised a skeptical eyebrow, but he was smart enough not to say anything with his alpha watching over him.
"Let's go in," West said. "We should talk with Marco's kin, find out exactly what happened."
The outside of the mansion had looked kind of hard and cold, but warmth washed over us as soon as we stepped inside.